you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hand on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. In my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a bearing a message to the best. If it ain't me, then you need you a confession, you a mess. You ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They begin with a quick throw out left. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The 24-yard line.
After the interception, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing again is Watson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 yards there for number 15.
There's a good reception there by Will Fuller. If you're looking for breakout players in 2020, he's a big-time candidate for it because he has a rapport with Deshaun Watson. And now with DeAndre Hopkins no longer in Houston, he could be their top receiver.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic.
To throw is Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And the return just out across the 50 15 to the 16-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards, the final tally.
Minnesota.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Bernardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one a first down pickup of 8. Cousins now from the 50. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
At the Texans' 49-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That goes for a gain of 31. From the red zone now, Cousins escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
His kick is good.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 76 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? He said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. That'll be complete to Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. These two teams all tied after one. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Cousins. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll run for it with Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 4-yard line.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins looking here for Smith, and that's caught inside the 35. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A big play there for Minnesota. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A give to Cook out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins flushed out right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook
Minnesota.
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Brett Maher on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Maher, up and good. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he is all the way up past the 25. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board. But give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Following the interception, Cousins forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Cousins got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
All right, now here we go.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check. Cross. Bring up 48.
Now Cousins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Marr on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
Marr able to put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
That's the
But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
25, Duke Johnson.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. Watson. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Taken down at the
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Watson. dancing to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now Watson on third down. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carry.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Smith on the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch 16. Watch 24. Yo.
Watson, off play action. Going for the deep ball. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked by Kevon Seymour.
By the Vikings. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins now. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
22, not 22. We ain't giving up nothing today. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
From the 40 now on second down, Cousins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
The 2-yard line.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 46 yards on the ground. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Ready to return, here's Hilliard. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now an option play on second down. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Cook following the penalty. Cook stripped. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Cousins here to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown.
It is good.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25-yard line. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson flush to his right. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Vikings, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign.
Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me? Hold on. I got a crowd wrapping around the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me. Won't shoot me down, send the cavalry. It been a while since I had time for me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Hello. Nice march out with the polo. Like my style, don't ya? Nice like this, I wish I was with ya. On my turf, roll out the Henry Rux. She like when I hit the receiver. Friend hop in, this is a four-seater. Made a yank straight out the wood, I'm Derek Jeter. Major leaguer, no fatigue. We don't get no handout, we don't get no Magarinas. Never gon' throw your back out, tryna work, you need a breather. I need a break. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me? Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me? Hold on. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down. Tell me who you talking to. Roll up that Sinatra, fly la mama to the moon. She asked me what's my life path. Told her 55 south to the cat. So many couches I crashed. Shout out Zazo, Tree, and shout classic. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up, baby. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up, baby. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up, baby. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I?
Hey, could count on my paw and look at my dog. It was way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the lady go miss? Ay, how she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait, need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
She right, got me.
That boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, put the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been